What up, y'all? I don't make a lot of wrestling videos, as most of y'all clearly know. But for this one, I felt like it was kind of necessary and appropriate. Over the last week, there have been rumors, and these are pretty big rumors, but at the end of the day, they're just rumors, that three TNA mainstays are rumored to jump from TNA to WWE, whenever their contract expires in a few months. Whenever these guys are considering, instead of staying or re-signing with TNA, that they're going to jump to the other company, which is WWE. And these three guys are Robert Roode and James Storm of Beer Money, and Samoa Joe. Now, in my opinion, Samoa Joe is the best in-ring Samoan wrestler I have ever seen in my life. I can't think of any Samoan wrestler, okay? And you can name them all down the line, okay? From the Mayavillas, with The Rock included, to the Wild Samoans, you name it. Rikishi, you name it. Any Yokozuna, all these guys. All these great Samoan wrestlers. But in the ring, none of these guys, in my opinion, could touch Samoa Joe. And then you have Beer Money, Robert Roode and James Storm. These guys have been in TNA literally since day one. Especially James Storm. I think James Storm was at the first TNA event back in 2002. He's been with America's Most Wanted, which was a very successful tag team, in their heyday. And Robert Roode, who's with Team Canada, who was very, very successful stable. But they seem like so long ago, The average TNA fan who watched TNA over the last 3 years probably wouldn't even remember them. Probably wouldn't even remember who America's Most Wanted or Team Canada is. That's just being honest. Now, lately, let's just be real, their careers have been somewhat stagnant, Beer Money are still the tag team champions, yes, but they haven't had any real competition in the tag team market. Last year, in my opinion, TNA's tag team division was like the one other than their Knockouts division, was the one shining light in TNA. The tag team division was, in my opinion, the best in wrestling, because they had like a abundance of tag team talent. But in my opinion, ever since the Motor City Machine Guns, ever since Alex Shelley got injured from the Motor City Machine Guns, and they've been pretty much out with injury, the tag team division kind of, fell by the wayside. I mean, that's just an honest opinion. The tag team division in TNA has kind of fallen by the wayside a little bit. And Samoa Joe, his career, pretty much you can just point out like what went wrong or where did it go wrong. From him losing to Jeff Jarrett for like 3 straight pay-per-views, then him losing to the Pope for like, I can't think, I honestly don't know the last time Samoa Joe won a pay-per-view match on TV. And on top of that, this Bound for Glory series, he's like negative 10 points when he's clearly one of the most talented wrestlers in this entire series. Why of this negative push, I don't know. It just makes no sense to me. It really don't. But back to the story. The rumor is that these guys are rumored to jump to WWE after their contracts with TNA expire. And do I co-sign this move? Absolutely. I think all 3 of these guys should go to WWE as soon as their TNA contracts expire. Okay? Simply because, let's be real, TNA is not necessarily the best place to work right now. There's just so many rumors and stories going around that it's kind of hard to not believe it. Because, from the morale being pretty much at an abysmal low to problems with management paying medical bills for certain wrestlers. If you think that there are no problems with wrestlers paying medical bills, just look at Abyss. The guy still has been walking around without his front teeth for months. Management problems. You got Dixie's mom pretty much handling the books and firing guys, talented guys at that, left and right. So, TNA is not necessarily the happiest place on earth right now in the wrestling world. Not saying WWE is any better, but at least with WWE, at least you know who's running the show. If nothing else, at least you know still running the show. TNA, you don't even know who's running the show no more. You don't know, okay, who's running this? Is Janice Carter running this? Is Dixie still in this? Is Jeff still running this? Hogan, how much power do Hogan and Bischoff have? How much influence do Bruce? You just don't know who's running this ship. Okay, at least in WWE, you know that it's a monarchy. It's not a democracy. It's a monarchy. Okay, but do I think these guys should make the move? Absolutely. Okay, especially with beer money. And let's be real, WWE Tag Team Division isn't necessarily, it's arguably, in my opinion, the worst in wrestling. But at the same time, you have Triple H, who is trying to sign the Kings of Wrestling from Ring of Honor, which more than likely there's a good chance that they will sign. And he's rumored to be trying to sign the Briscoe, Mark and Jay Briscoe, from the Briscoe brothers from Ring of Honor to WWE. And with beer money as an addition, I mean, that could totally revitalize the tag team division. Okay, it could basically give the tag team division the shot of adrenaline that the WWE tag team division, the shot of adrenaline it so desperately needs. Okay, and Samoa Joe, I mean, he has the ability. He may not look the part of a WWE superstar, but he has the ability. He has the moves. I mean, I think this guy could be a big time player in WWE. And you look at other Ring of Honor guys who are getting great opportunities in WWE, guys like Daniel Bryan, guys like CM Punk. These guys are getting great opportunities in WWE, and they were Ring of Honor mainstays. So was Joe. Joe was a Ring of Honor mainstay, as much as he was a TNA mainstay. Only difference is Joe's pretty much held in high regard in Ring of Honor, but throughout his entire time in Ring of Honor. But in TNA, as you look at it, he's not being treated as he should. He's not being treated like he was one of the guys who helped build that company, because bottom line, he was. Samoa Joe has just as much to do with building that company as AJ Styles, as a Christopher Daniels, as even a Dixie Carter, in my opinion. So do I think these guys should make the jump to WWE? Absolutely, because let's be real, TNA is at the bottom. At the end of the day, is second best. Bottom line, okay. TNA, every wrestler wants to wrestle for WWE, because 90% of their wrestling memories, or 90% of the things they remember from wrestling, come from WWE. Excuse me, and it's like the big dance. It's like TNA is the ABA of the professional wrestling world. WWE is the NBA. Okay, nobody works their whole entire careers and just get to the ABA, or wants to get to the ABA. They want to go to the NBA. They want to go to the big show. They want to play in the All-Star game. They want to play in the NBA Finals. They want to play in the playoffs. That's what the WWE is. You get a chance to do all those things. With the NBA, you get a chance to be at WrestleMania. You get a chance to be at SummerSlam or in the Royal Rumble. That's what you want to do. You want to go to the big dance, and that's what it's all about for these guys. These guys have the talent, the charisma. These guys have the ability to perform at a top level at the big dance. So I seriously think that when Samoa Joe and Beer Money's contracts with TNA are up, I seriously hope and I seriously consider that they go to WWE, because at the end of the day, it's all, with TNA, you're being seen by 1.5 million people, which is good for most wrestling companies. But at the same time, with WWE, they're being shown in front of 5 million people, okay, every week. Sometimes even more when you count SmackDown and pay-per-views. So that's just my opinion on it. I seriously think that Robert Roode, James Storm, and Samoa Joe should make the jump to the WWE whenever their TNA contracts expire.